Hello and welcome to Stained Glass Gaming, where I turn video games into glass. Today's requested project is Cappy, from Mario Odyssey. This project was a little challenging to figure out. I had to modify the eyes. I moved the eyes to the edge rather than in the middle, because I don't have the experience of drilling holes in glass. When cutting out the pattern, I debated whether or not to even make the 8th piece into glass. The piece is so small that I didn't think it is worth doing. I'll do it anyway, but I might not make it into the finished project. After griping about getting a ring saw, I finally bought one, but I needed to buy a special blade to cut the glass once I've drilled a hole, which I didn't do in this video. I've used a ring saw in the past, and it makes the cutting process much easier and faster. I can cut the curves without scoring the glass and potentially breaking it. I still might need to grind the edges, but now I can make more complex shapes. I haven't played Mario Odyssey, but I have played previous Mario games. I did end up using the grinder to smooth out the cuts made by the ring saw. The blade on the ring saw didn't make nice even lines. The grit is not fine enough, but that's okay. It at least makes it easier to cut curves in complex shapes. I saddled the inside of both the eyes because the foil did end up splitting. It even split on parts I thought it wouldn't. It is small enough that from far away you wouldn't notice, so I just leave it. I clean, apply patina, and wax the finished project. The project is pretty much finished, except for one thing. Cappy doesn't have pupils. The ring saw allows me to cut out patterns within the glass, while keeping the outside intact. However, I didn't have the tools at the time to drill a hole in the glass. I set up my, totally not thrown together, light box to get ready to paint the pupils on. So to make pupils, I will be using acrylic paint made specifically for glass. There are 2 ways to cure the paint: baking it in an oven or letting it air dry for 21 days. I went with the air dry. The way I understand it, the painting is the last step. Once everything is put together, the paint goes on last. This means that if the finished project with paint on is put into the oven, the solder, patina, and foil may not survive. I have no idea if this is true, as I haven't had time to run experiments. I know that solder melts at around 370 degrees Fahrenheit, and that the paint cures at 300 degrees Fahrenheit. So, theoretically, the solder should not melt in the oven. I'm not sure about the patina, though that may need to be applied before the waxing, and foil. I'll run experiments later and let you know how it turns out. Now, I don't know anything about painting, what kind of brushes to use, the technique to avoid brush strokes, etc. So my first attempt at painting on glass went as well as you would expect. Oh boy. This is not turning out as well as I thought it would. This is why I'm not a painter. Because I don't have the patience. It has eyes. Don't know if they're very good eyes, but it has eyes. Okay, well, I hardly ended up using any of the paint in the container. I definitely will have to practice painting on glass. If you have any tips, let me know down in the comments. Here is Cappy from Mario Odyssey. Using a ring saw made this way faster. Like, share, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you would like to see me make down in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all through the next pane.